Hey guys, well, Hulkbuster's officially uh, completed. Wow, these lights are really bright. So you can see the Gatling gun on him, on his shoulder, right there. Yeah, so he's officially done. And to make a fitting, there was a protrusion on the wall where I ran the power cable through, and I took uh, a super glue cap, not necessarily this one that was more straight and not conical. And I cut it down and made the coupling that goes to the wall and glued him to the shoulder. And there he is. He's complete. He's done. Officially done. And, down the road, I may add some more lighting to it, but I'm pretty happy with how it looks, and I'm just trying to zoom in on that. Can't really zoom when you're doing this, but yeah. So when he's in his alcove, they plug his weapon in to charge it, and that's the story I'm sticking with. So Hulkbuster's done. Yep, I'm pretty pleased with the appearance of him. There's light coming out the back of the cannon as well. And then you got the top that's glows. And then the lasers right there. They're not really lasers, but yeah. So I'm happy with him. So I'm going to pause and then I'll go into some. I made a video earlier, guys, and for some reason it just shut off. I don't know why. I don't think I did anything, but it happened. So yeah, let me pause. So I'm back, and what I wanted to share with you, I told you about the clear tube I bought. And it's going to have to be used for something else down the road. So what I'm going to do, guys, on the saucer, this thing, still going to have that central core, but I'm going to make it out of this 1.25 inch. I had this laying around. Might as well use it. So this 1.25 inch Schedule 40 PVC. So this is, I'm going to cut openings in this and put some transparencies in it. It's only going to be where my finger is, right about that long. So it's not going to be huge in the vertical sense, taken up. And reducing the diameter that I'm going with also affords more floor space and things for me to do that will really uh, make this build pop. So Schedule 40, 1.25 inch. You could probably go with 1.5 inch on this, and it would go. What I was aiming for, though, is you see these features, and you see where the landing gear wells are with my Band-Aid finger. Yeah. So this fits right inside that area with room to spare. And because I'm not really thrilled about the bottom feature in the center there, that, I don't know, spiral door um, shutter, looks like a camera shutter. Yeah, so I've got what I need. Right now I just got to cut the length I need without damaging myself anymore. Yeah, I have a habit of, you know, I've got my hands are my whole body's scarred, but yeah. So that's what I'm doing on that front. Uh, so there's where we're at on the Area 51 UFO. I keep everything in the boxes. It mitigates the opportunity for you to lose stuff. So I know none of you out there have lost anything while you were building the model, but I have. So yeah, I did start a video this morning, was into it for about 30 minutes, and all of a sudden when I looked back, it was just shut off. I was just like, wow, okay. So what I had to do on the Hulkbuster there, uh, I had to lengthen that cord, the electrical wires coming off the Gatlin, so it would reach all the way through the wall, the back panel, and connect to the electrical circuit. So that's what I did, and I just happened to see this one of my super glue container um, caps, and I cut just the bottom of it off and made that little coupling that you see passing through the wire on the right behind Hulkbuster there. So you got to make things look reasonable and functional, and that's what I was going for, and I think I succeeded. So I'm very happy with Hulkbuster, how the end product turned out. You know, especially since I've been, away from the hobby for 11 and a half years. Um, because of the holidays, I have one kit that I ordered about 2 weeks ago, and they haven't even shipped it yet, which I understand it's the holidays, right? But, what if it was a gift for somebody? Well, I'd be screwed. I mean, I ordered it in plenty of time, so I just don't understand what's up with some of these eBay sellers because, I told you about the SR-75 uh, hypersonic space plane uh, model. I had ordered it. A whole month went by. The guy never responded to any of my texts. And the final outcome from eBay is their statement was there's no evidence that the model was ever shipped. So the guy just took $54 or $55, whatever it was, and had no intention apparently of shipping me the model. And since I have a public forum and I like to expose crooks, I got to set my monitors back to the way I had them because now I got to run this circuit because I got three screens. I got the one I'm looking at right now, which is the laptop, and then I have my left and right monitors. And yeah, so let me see what I can find on Mr. Crappy Customer Service. He was clearly intending to rip me off. And I'm just wondering why I can't. There it is. Yeah, I got to set my monitors back the way they were because I'm chasing my mouse from one screen to next. Um, so I'm going to do this while I got you guys on here because um, go to my purchase history. I want to tell you the guy's name because if you're buying models on eBay, I don't want you to get screwed. Yeah, is it? No, this isn't it. That was an accidental purchase. Dirtbags further down the list. Um, Yeah, here it is. Yeah, his call sign on eBay, just so you know, and he sells models and well, supposedly is Jonah Core. J. This is all in small uh, letters. JONACOR and the number three. Jonah Core. Don't order anything from that guy. That person could have responded to me. Oh, and he also didn't provide any tracking on top of all of it. So to me, it sounds like he had no intention of doing right. So that guy will never get any business from me again. Usually I have a good experience, but around the holidays now, if you want anything right away, good luck. Even Amazon Prime, I know because I worked at an Amazon facility for almost 4 years. And yeah, some of the things you see going on there. There's some good people there too. I'm not busted on Amazon as a whole, but yeah. Anyways, it's a downside when you kind of have a line into how operations go in these places and stuff, and but it kind of answers why you don't get your packages sometimes. I know there's a lot of reasons why you don't get your packages. Sometimes, especially if they're in these little soft packets and it's something small and flimsy, like, for example, a small dental floss. You order some dental floss and it comes in just one little container. That thing, they'll usually put it in a real flimsy bag. And when it goes across the conveyance over those rollers, it drops down through into the nets or on one of the cross members above the nets for the conveyance. And that package may sit there for a month or more. We found packages that were in places that were kind of inconspicuous, and yeah, I didn't notice them until we got to a certain angle when we were walking around doing our checks. So generally what they'll do if it doesn't show up in their system, then they'll process another one immediately, and then the other one, when they find it or it turns up, they'll cancel that out and return it to inventory. But yeah, so um, the inch and a quarter PVC for the central core for the propulsion system on the saucer is my next thing. Oh, I was going to share this with you. A gentleman that came and did our roof repair, I showed him what I do, and he gave me a whole bunch, and this isn't all of it, but a whole bunch of it's got the string lights here, and you can, by keep clicking on the switch, it does different functions. So I don't know what I'll actually use this for because I'm sure everything is inside that little switch thing. It's, well, nope, there's a little circuit board in there too. So, but he gave me that, and then let's see here. There's a little thing of this one. Okay, that it flashes, it stays steady, flashing, stay steady. Yeah, that, so that's got its own little thing. Um, I don't know. I might be able to incorporate this into the X-Wing situation. Yeah, the X-Wing. Um, I haven't done any X-Wing work for, I don't know, 2, 3 days. Tomorrow's my last day before my surgery, so um, wish me well on that. I'm going to take these things out of here. He gave me a lot of these little contact things. I don't know if I'll be able to use these as far as electronics go, but they might make good detail parts for some bizarre project down the road, Lord willing. So, yeah, a bunch of these, and they all got the little uh, anti battery operation tabs on them, I guess is what you could call them, and a set of instructions for these little lights. So I've got something very cool here from a gentleman that really appreciated what I do, and so I think his name was John. So thank you, John, if you subscribe or check out the channel. Thank you for the lighting. I greatly appreciate it. Um, yeah, this is just one of many boxes that are full of electronics and lighting for model kits. Well, that's what I use them for, anyways. Yeah, let me pause a moment, guys. Well, I'm trying. Mr. Mouse has lost his way. Now I got the hiccups. Good grief. Yeah, so, anyways, this is what's left of the uh, super glue cap that I cut the bottom off to make that coupling for the power connection on Hulkbuster's alcove. So, yeah, I'm so pleased with that thing, how it turned out, for a project that I did over a course of I don't know, it was probably 90 days it took me in between everything else I was doing to get that one done. So, um, I never throw anything away. It goes in the scrap pile because, you know, I damaged that a little bit, but I could cut the damaged part and that could be a detail element for something else. Um, you guys see how I build stuff, especially things that aren't the kit or figure in that case. I use whatever looks good and feels right and represents what I'm trying to get across because dioramas are storylines. You're telling a story with a diorama, and that story is he's had a long day or week of butt kicking, and his charge is running down for his suit, his backup energy packs or whatever. So we got to plug into the alcove there and get recharged. That's the storyline behind my Hulkbuster. Um, yeah, I'm going to continue to do what I didn't get to finish out um, this morning when I tried to make this video. I was sharing some of my broken, dilapidated stuff and what I plan on doing with them. So let me pause and grab my first. Okay, what I got here is a kit bash that this particular version of it is what I call the Wolf Interceptor. Um, space plane, space fighter. So, however, it's made out of a damaged SR-71 Blackbird plus other parts and stuff that I added to it. And when I originally did it, it looked really good. But boy, is the paint job just going to crap. It's yellowing. Um, it just it looks awful. And I'm not, and I don't know why when I built this I got crazy with the decals. I'll show you here in a minute. You know, a lot of people liked it though. They said, dude, a lot of decals, but it looks really cool. It just keeps your eye going. And I said, okay, well, maybe that's a positive benefit. But yeah. So when I redo this, I'm either gonna do it in kind of like NASA colors, whites, blacks, grays, silvers, gunmetal, that kind of stuff, or with my love of black, I may paint it not necessarily black, but a dark gray with other tones of grays, and it just change it up, give it a whole new look, change some of the features on it, save some of the features. Uh, but yeah, so without any further delay, this is the Wolf Interceptor in its current state. Okay, you can see it's made out of a SR-71 Blackbird, and you can see what everybody was saying about the decals. So I'm just trying to give you guys a good look at all the features on it, and the details on the bottom, which are these things here with my pinky are supposed to be like ECM pods, jamming pods, and things like that. And it's got vertical takeoff thrusters and, you know, so on and so forth. So in the main landing gear is actually these little landing skids. So, and you can see the front landing gear is off of a TIE fighter. And then I got a little pop down laser cannon or something right there on the nose. Um, Cockpit, take a look at that. I got some braided hosing running off of an oxygen tank, green, emergency oxygen tank. Um, yeah. So I'll show you another quick close up of the undercarriage. What I was trying to do, the bottom actually looks better than the top because there's too many decals on this dang thing. So, yeah. So this is the Wolf Interceptor 2. I guess I'll have to go to 3 when I redo this. I had to vacuum form a canopy for this thing, which it was much better back in the day, but over time it's gotten to look worse. But that's it. That's that little gem there is supposed to be an exotic marker light. So, and you can see I went with like the Russians do. They put that kind of a teal green and paint in their cockpits. Why do they do that? Because it has a calming effect. This color is very similar to the sky blue, and they did a study and found that painting cockpits that way help reduce stress on the pilots. So, hey, but But you can see this thing is very ill-fitting. It's even worse on this side. So it's warped and damaged. I don't know why I'm still hanging on it, maybe just as a reference. And I can still use parts of this to make another one. Um, yeah, so that's the Wolf Interceptor. I've got a Cylon base star up there that I built at least 40 years ago. And yeah, so what I got to do now when I restore this is I'm going to have to fabricate a new um, canopy and stuff. I'm going to try to go with the same design because I like it. But yeah, anyways, I'm just noticing things that I did on this. Yeah, when I redo this, um, I'm going to pay more attention to certain areas, get some details. Um, this thing is broken several times. These little miniature vertical stabilizers have busted off and did a crappy re-glue job. So this thing, I just like it. I think it was one of my moments of inspiration looking at a busted kit. It fell down off of the shelf when it was an SR-71 and just busted into pieces. So I decided to just do more. And boy, there's a lot of dust in this cockpit. It's incredible how dusty it got. Wow. Well, when I redo the canopy and stuff, the cockpit and stuff, I have to give myself credit. It turned out really nice. I probably won't do anything with the cockpit when I do refinish this, but yeah, I'm gonna definitely do something cool with this. So I'm gonna pause for a moment, guys. One thing I did want to point out on this before, any heat sources where this thing would be exposed to heat or the area would, like you can see the hue, and this is a prismatic color from All Clad. So is the this area. That's All Clad. That's All Clad. The intakes, that's All Clad. And you can see I put the bluing effect on the leading edges, all the standard areas on the engine nozzles. You can see it. And it's a okay. I guess that's it.